Hello, Days of Our Lives fans. It's your team here at TV Days Drama Digest, bringing you a full recap of the dramatic events that unfolded on December 11th. If you missed the live broadcast, don't worry. We've got the detailed breakdown of the explosive scenes that took place in Salem, where danger, deception, and family secrets were at the forefront. Trust us, this is one you won't want to miss as we dive deep into the heart-pounding action and shocking twists that left everyone on the edge of their seats. The day begins with the gripping revelation that Chad's search for answers about his wife Abigail's mysterious disappearance has just become even more complicated and deadly. As we've come to expect from Days of Our Lives, nothing in Salem happens without a twist. After receiving an ominous tip from the ever-dangerous Clyde, Chad learns that Clyde plans to bring Kat, Chad's key to unraveling the mystery, into the Pink Kitten Club, a notorious establishment with a dark reputation. The stage is set for a confrontation, but Chad is far from prepared for what's about to unfold. Determined to get answers and finally put an end to his questions, Chad starts making plans. He calls in reinforcements and reaches out to Steve, his trusted former ESA contact. With Steve's connections, Chad learns the location where Clyde is hiding, and with this new lead, he begins to put his plan into action. Meanwhile, JJ and Gabi are also working behind the scenes to solve the puzzle of Abigail's disappearance. Armed with the address Steve provided, they head to an ominous Roach Hotel, a rundown and dilapidated apartment building known for harboring the sort of criminals Clyde tends to associate with. The duo's goal is simple: to find any clue, any shred of evidence that might lead them to Abigail's remains and bring closure to Chad. But as they dig deeper, they uncover something even darker than they could have imagined. Gabi and Clyde's fatal encounter. As JJ and Gabi search the rundown hotel room, tensions are high. The building, eerily quiet and seemingly abandoned, holds the potential for danger at every turn. The air is thick with suspense as they go through the motions of digging through old papers and searching for hidden compartments. But just as they begin to feel like they might be onto something, their worst fears are realized. Clyde, ever the slippery villain, emerges from the shadows, holding a gun aimed directly at them. The stakes could not be higher. JJ and Gabi are caught completely off guard, and the situation quickly escalates as Clyde exerts control over the situation. With his menacing presence and cold gaze, Clyde orders them to stay still, knowing that one wrong move could result in disaster. Gabi, caught between fear and survival instinct, is left powerless in the face of Clyde's threat. But JJ, ever the protective figure, tries to think on his feet. He knows that if he doesn't act fast, Gabi could pay the price. The situation grows more volatile with every passing second. As JJ and Gabi grapple with the imminent threat of Clyde's weapon, the audience is left wondering, will they make it out alive, or will Clyde's ruthless pursuit of control be their undoing? The air is thick with danger as they wait for their only hope, Chad. Back at the Pink Kitten Club, the stakes are equally high. Chad, in a desperate bid to extract information from Clyde, is playing a dangerous game. In an effort to make his meeting with Clyde appear legitimate, Chad takes the drastic step of pointing a gun at Kat, making it seem like a high-stakes hostage situation. He hopes this act of intimidation will force Clyde to reveal the truth, but the situation is far from what Chad expects. As Chad calls out for Clyde, demanding answers, the scene takes a shocking turn. A woman suddenly enters the back room of the club, and the tension in the room skyrockets. Chad, holding his ground, finds himself in a standoff with this mysterious woman, who has a gun trained on him. The situation seems dire, until a voice calls out from behind the woman. Mom. Kat, visibly shocked and confused, watches in disbelief as the woman before her is none other than her mother, Katerina. The reunion is anything but warm. Katerina, armed and desperate, stands at the center of a precarious standoff. As the emotional weight of the situation hits Kat, she struggles to understand what is happening. Her mother, now an armed and dangerous figure, seems poised to make a deadly decision, one that could change everything. In a moment of heightened emotion, Katerina makes a devastating choice. She believes the only way she can survive is to pull the trigger on Chad. But in an unexpected twist, Kat steps forward, trying to stop her mother from making the ultimate mistake. The tension in the room is unbearable, as family bonds and the weight of the past collide with the immediate danger they're all facing. As if the situation at the Pink Kitten Club wasn't perilous enough, Chad's mind quickly races to another dangerous reality. He's starting to realize that his friends, JJ and Gabi, are in grave danger. From the moment they set out to search for clues, Chad has known that their investigation into Abigail's remains could draw Clyde's attention. But the situation has now taken a deadly turn. In a frantic rush, Chad arrives at the Roach Hotel just in time to see Clyde holding a gun to Gabi. The horror of the scene is undeniable as Clyde, his back to Chad, appears ready to follow through with his violent intentions. Without hesitation, Chad springs into action. With a surge of adrenaline, he rushes forward, taking a calculated risk. He strikes Clyde in the back of the head, knocking the villain momentarily off balance. In that crucial moment, the tables turn. Chad's intervention creates an opening for JJ and Gabi to regroup, and they take full advantage of the distraction. Working together, they're able to disarm Clyde, at least for the moment, and take control of the situation. But the relief is fleeting. They all know that this battle is far from over. Clyde may be momentarily incapacitated, but the danger he represents is still very much alive. With Clyde temporarily subdued, Chad, JJ, and Gabi are left to pick up the pieces of their shattered investigation. Now, they must work together to uncover the truth behind Abigail's disappearance. For Chad, the search for Abigail is more than just about finding the truth. It's about closure, redemption, and the possibility of finally putting his family back together. For JJ and Gabi, their involvement in the case is deeply personal, and each revelation only deepens their own emotional stakes. In the quiet corners of Salem, Leo's life takes another heart-wrenching turn. Always the center of attention but never quite finding the love and acceptance he desperately craves, Leo's loneliness is on full display. Earlier in the episode, Leo's life was thrown into turmoil when he accidentally walked in on Javi's date with Carrie. The sight of his former love sharing a romantic evening with someone else is a bitter pill for Leo to swallow, reopening old wounds and reminding him of his constant struggle to find love. Leo's sensitivity is raw, and his heartbreak is palpable as he watches the person he once cared for move on. The sting of rejection is nothing new for Leo, but it doesn't make it any easier. His emotions are a whirlwind of sadness and self-doubt, and once again, he turns to someone he trusts for advice. This time, he seeks comfort and guidance from Marlena, the wise and compassionate psychiatrist who has always been a steady presence in Salem. In an emotional meeting, Leo opens up to Marlena about his feelings of abandonment, self-worth, and the endless search for love. Marlena, ever the insightful therapist, listens carefully, offering Leo some valuable advice. She urges him to look inward and find peace with himself before seeking validation from others. It's not the instant solution Leo is hoping for, but Marlena's wisdom provides a small flicker of hope in his otherwise bleak emotional landscape. As Leo sits with Marlena's words, he starts to question if his relentless pursuit of love has been blinding him to the fact that he needs to love himself first. Yet, it's unclear whether Leo will be able to embrace this hard truth, or if he will continue to fall into destructive patterns that leave him yearning for affection that may never come. Meanwhile, in another part of Salem, the winds of romance blow in a new direction. Brady, who has long been a central figure in the lives of many in Salem, finds himself drawn to Ava. Over the past few weeks, Brady has been spending more and more time with her, and it's clear that their bond is growing stronger. Brady, who has had his fair share of complicated relationships, seems ready to take a leap of faith with Ava, a woman whose own past is shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Today, Brady finally takes the bold step of confessing to Belle about his growing feelings for Ava. As he shares the news with his sister, the weight of the situation becomes apparent. Brady admits that he's seriously considering dating Ava, and the prospect of a real, committed relationship with her is no longer just a passing thought. For Brady, this could be the fresh start he's been craving, but for Belle, the news is far from welcome. Belle's reaction is one of concern and unease. She's known Ava's history and the shadows that follow her wherever she goes. With Ava's dark and complicated past, Belle worries that Brady is diving headfirst into a relationship that could cause him more harm than good. She tries to voice her concerns, predicting that Brady's romance with Ava could lead to nothing but trouble. That's what will happen that we want to share with you today. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.